In here is what I believe to be an unusual and rare variant of the iconic AT&T Model 100 desk phone. This version is labeled as the 2500 DMGJ, according to the listing, and it includes a speakerphone. I've never heard of an AT&T 100 with a speakerphone before, so since I had been considering getting one of these phones for quite some time, and I happen to be a fan of speakerphones, at least when they're executed correctly. They're very useful. I knew this one was the one I had to get, and I believe it should be in good condition too, at least for a phone of its age. Now this box has been very thoroughly taped. This is just here covering up the address label. Hopefully... Oh, you know what? I think this is supposed to slide out. I think I'm going to have to cut the rest of this tape. I think this must be one of those boxes that's got a hinged door at the front. Yep, it is. Wow, jeez. It's been packaged very well, I have to say. Yeah, this was an admirable packaging job, not least because while everything is taped securely in place, it's not a tape freak show. So here it is. We've got receiver volume and speaker volume. That's such a neat design for the wheel there. Oh yeah, the speakerphone button's one of those types that stays in until you press it again. Unfortunately, mute is not, but that's alright. And there is the speaker itself, and I think this is the microphone. This must be the ringer. We've got dial mode, tone, and pulse, and it's set to tone. And I'm not going to change it because for one thing it wouldn't work, and for another, there's spiderweb on there. Custom made in China for AT&T 2500 DMGJ. Ringer is off. I'm guessing it either has the iconic chirp ringer, as it's called, or the super iconic low-pitch ringer. I prefer the low-pitch ringer, but just barely. Both of those ringers are some absolute classics and nice ringers. And the cord is in great shape, especially for being an old AT&T phone. It says AT&T on the handset, or the receiver. It's a nice, heavy phone. The receiver's not too heavy. This design's one of my favorites. Somehow I feel like the squared-off version feels just even slightly more comfortable than the original, super widely used version of this type of receiver. The kind that I believe dates back to 1945 with the Western Electric Model 500. It works. Volume's a little scratchy. Whoa, it's backlit. Very nice. Okay, speakerphone is working. Wow, that's loud. And it's underneath. Okay, let's go to... Oh, yeah. Let's go to an outside line. I love being able to dial fast like that.
The number you have reached, 605.
Oh, that has good sound quality.
2676 is not in service. Thank you. The number you have reached, 605-767-2676, is not in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. Thank you.
It's got a little bit of sympathetic vibrations and rattling in there, but it's not bad.
605-767-2676.
I'm no longer seeing the backlight. That just comes on when it is using the receiver only. Let's see if I can get a close-up shot of the backlight. Let's listen to how it sounds in between repetitions of this recording, so we can see if we can hear the faint T-carrier background noise.
Please check the number and try your call again. Thank you.
Yep, it's just barely there, but this has very excellent noise filtering, I'd call it. There's no background static, really. Let's check the receiver for that.
The number you have reached.
Unsurprisingly, it is there. It's got great sound quality.
Is not in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. Thank you. The number you have reached, 605-767-2676.
If I flash, it'll just reset the PBX. but let's do it anyway. Oh, nice. That's a neat sound. Oh, wow. It actually did not reset the PBX this time. Okay, well, there we have that. So now let's give this a test call. The ringer's off currently. Let's put it on low. It has the chirp ringer. That's honestly kind of rare. Let's put it on high. It's pretty loud, but I think because it's face down, it's not quite as loud as it could be. It's back on low. Much louder when I have it up here. But it is in good working condition. And it has grabbed the line. Let's put the testing phone on speakerphone. And as you can hear, it does indeed work just fine. I'll leave a testing message momentarily. Listen closely. I think I can hear a cat fight getting ready to take place outside. Of course, they're not meowing now. There one went. There it was again. Not good. Alright, let's listen to that testing message. And you'll have to excuse all these other radios around here. We've been having a lot of severe weather.
Hello, you have
Oh boy. That was loud.
Here is the testing message recorded from the AT&T 2500 DMGJ. Oh boy, the cats sound like they're actually going at it now. Good thing I'm not out there. Okay, so I can hear just a tiny bit of radio interference on the receiver. If I turn it up all the way, it kind of goes away, which is odd. And it's got a good amount of side tone. Alright, let's switch to the speakerphone. I'm now speaking directly into the microphone. And now I am speaking at about 2 to 3 feet away from the microphone, which is a realistic use case for the desk-type phone. And I'm raising my voice a bit, but the machine is not cut off, so I'm going to assume it's still picking up just fine. Now I'm about 5 feet away from the telephone, and I'm going to start backing across the room without increasing the volume of my voice. 6 feet away. 7 feet away. 8 feet away from the telephone. 9 feet from the telephone. 10 feet. And now, 12 feet away from the telephone. So if it's still recording, hopefully, that means the pickup is fairly good on this line-powered speakerphone, which is actually surprising if that is the case. Now let's test the mute button. And I'm going to hang up now. Goodbye.
Line 2, Wednesday, 10:50 p.m. That was your last message. I will save messages.
Wow, I am thoroughly impressed with that speakerphone. Obviously the gain was messing up a little bit as I got further away, but as I said, under 4 feet is generally a realistic use case, especially for a desk phone, and it sounded amazing at that distance. It was incredibly clear. I'd say even more so than the Uniden True series, which is just about the best speakerphone that I've used up until now. And even when I was all the way across the room, it was still at least able to pick up my voice, which wasn't even any louder than I'm talking right now. This very camera would not be able to pick up my voice quite as clearly, I don't think. So yes, this phone is exactly as I had kind of hoped. I didn't know whether I was just being overly optimistic, but it's exactly as I'd hoped and beyond that. Whoops. So, that is going to be it for this very nice AT&T 80s era. I'm guessing this is right around the Bell breakup era because I couldn't see any kind of other branding or even a date code sticker, which probably was just removed. It could be that this is a date code indication, but I wouldn't know how that decrypts. So yeah, we can assume safely by the ringer that this is a 1980s to early 90s product. And it sure is a nice telephone. Thank you for watching.